start with safety promotion. Okay, so as we know, safety promotion is the process that we use to communicate, develop and sustain safety in our business. Okay, it help our business to improve safety performance. For example, by the distribution of safety management system. Okay, one of the best way to promote safety is to design it into tool, machine and technology with which people interact in the workplace. Okay, safety analysis can also be effective by eliminating hazard before the cause of accident or illness. Okay, however, even the best design or analysis cannot completely eliminate the potential for accident. Okay, for this reason, it is important to have accident prevention procedure and make sure the employee follow them. Okay, the purpose of safety promotion is to keep employee focused on doing their work at the workplace the safe way every day. Okay, how to begin safety process? First, safety policy, safety rule and regulation, employee participation, safety training, suggestion program, visual awareness, safety committees, and gaining a personal commitment, employee and management participation, incentive, competition, company sponsor wellness program, and teamwork approach. Okay, as we know, promoting safety begins with having a published company safety policy. Okay, safety policy must be short and simple policy. Okay, the safety policy also should make it clear that safe work practices are expected of all employees at all levels at all time. Second, serve as the foundation upon which all other safety promotional efforts are based upon. Okay, safety policy express the company commitment to safety. Safety policy also indicate clearly that employees are expected to perform their duties with safety foremost in their minds. With such a policy in place and clearly communicated to all employees, other effort to promote safety will have solid backing. Okay, a company safety policy need not to be long. It means it must be short. In fact, a short and simply policy is better. Okay. The policy should convey first that the company is committed to safety. Second, employees are expected to perform their duties in a safe and healthy manner. And third, the company commitment extends beyond the wall of its plan to include customer and the community. After a safety policy has been implemented, its credibility with employees will be determined by the example set by management from supervisor through executive. It is critical that managers follow the company safety policy in both letter and spirit. Managers who set a poor example undermine all the company effort to promote safety. For example, do as I say, not as I do. Okay, today, approach will not work with employees. Okay, for positive example, tend to break down most frequently under the pressure of deadline nowadays. Okay, to meet a deadline, supervisor may encourage his team member to take shortcut, or at least look the other way when they do.
The company's safety policy is translated into everyday action and behavior by rules and regulation. Rules and regulations define behavior that is acceptable and unacceptable from a safety and health perspective. From a legal point of view, an employee's obligation regarding safety rules can be summarized into three components, which is employers must have rules that ensure a safe and healthy workplace. Employers must ensure that all employees are knowledgeable about the rules, and employers must ensure that safety rules are enforced objectively and consistently. The law tends to view employers who do not meet these three criteria as being negligent. Having the rules is not enough. Having rules and making employees aware of them is not enough. Employers must develop an appropriate rules, familiarize them with all the employees, and enforce the rules. This is like the final step of enforcement from which most negligence charges arise. Although it is acceptable to prioritize rules and assign different levels of punishment for failing to observe them, it is unacceptable to ignore the rules. For example, if the punishment for failure to observe Rule X is a letter of reprimand, then every person who failed to observe Rule X should receive such a letter every time. Of course, consequences for repeat violation should be more than a letter of reprimand. Objectivity and consistency are critical when enforcing rules. Objectivity means that rules are enforced without bias. Consistency means that the rules are enforced in the same manner every time with no regards to any outside factors. This means that the same punishment is assigned regardless to who commits the infraction. Objectivity and consistency are similar but have a different concept in that one that can be consistent without being objective. For example, one could be consistently biased. Failure to be objective and consistent can undermine the credibility and effectiveness of the company's effort to promote safety. Next is the guidelines for developing safety rules and regulation. There are 6 guidelines that need to be followed. First one is minimize the number of rules to the extent possible. Too many rules can result in rule overload. Write rules in a very clear and use simple language. Be brief and to the point, avoiding ambiguous or overly technical language. Next, write only the rules that are necessary to ensure a safe and healthy workplace. Involve employees to the development of rules that apply to their specific areas of operation. Develop only rules that can and will be enforced. And lastly, use common sense in developing rules. These guidelines help to ensure a safe and healthy workplace without unduly inhibiting workers in performance of their jobs. This is an important point for prospective and practicing safety and health professionals to understand. Fear of negligence charge can influence an employee in such a way that the book of safety rules become a multi-volume nightmare that is beyond the comprehension of most employees. Such attempts to avoid costly litigation, penalties, and fines by regulating every move that employees make and every breath that they take are likely to backfire. Always remember that employers must do more than just write rules. They must also familiarize all employees with them and enforce them. Next is employees' participation in promoting safety. One of the keys to promoting safety successfully is to involve employees. They usually know better than anyone where hazard exists. In addition, they are the ones who must follow the safety rules. A fundamental rules of management is if you want employees to make a commitment, involve them from the start. One of the most effective strategies for getting employees to commit to a safety program is to involve them in the development of it. Employees should also be involved in the implementation, monitoring, and follow-up. In all cases, employees should be empowered to take action to improve safety. The most effective safety program is one that employees view as their program.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Isati and I will explain about safety training. Basically, we all know that one of the best methods to enhance workplace safety is providing continuous training for all employees. Therefore, safety training must be a part of new employee orientation. In this case, a follow-up safety training should focus on creating new skills and renewing and updating the previous ones. There are two functions of training in promoting safety, which is the first one, initial trainings. It's provide an orientation process for new employees to ensure that employees understand the needs to work safely. The second is subsequent training. It focuses on developing a new, more specific, more in-depth knowledge and renewing and also updating the existing knowledge, which means the management is a safety concern. So we can see that the safety training aims to improve employee safety through ongoing training. I will continue with suggestion programs. When suggestion programs appropriately handled, it lead to safety and health. This is because well-managed suggestion programs provide two benefits. The first one, they collect input from people who are likely to be aware or know where is the potential hazard, and then they involve and empower employees, giving them ownership of the safety program. In order to be effective, suggestion programs must meet with specific criteria like the suggestion must receive a formal response, must be respond immediately, participation must be monitored by management from each department, system cost and saving must be documented, resignation and awards must be handled promptly, good ideas must be implemented, personality conflict must be minimized. This is because the suggestion programs that meet with these criteria have a higher success rate. Then a safety suggestion form is an example of a company's safety programs. They must ensure that the employee must be informed of the date the idea was submitted, log in and respond to. If the form meets with the formality, immediate reply and easy to track, it's a suggestion form that's company can use. So I can conclude that suggestion programs are not only support safety and health but also lead to continuous improvement in quality, productivity and competitiveness. I will proceed to explain visual awareness. Nowadays, we live in a visual society. This is why television and billboards are popular marketing tools. In this case, a safety and health message visual also can be a powerful method to convey the information. For example, there are many uses for safety signage, and among the more common usage are for warning, caution and danger. But these signs are placed in high-risk areas such as construction site, hazardous material, industrial sites. Visual awareness is crucial since it gives an impact on the safety process as stated on the slide, like the message can be effective ways to express the best placement of visual aids, which is put it with or near to the on-off switch. Signs and label can be easily seen and read. The message should be direct and it should be large enough. So as you can see, the picture that I put on the slide illustrate the standard of safety signage in Malaysia. So we all know that there are standard for every safety signage like fire, exits, right and wrong. But to have a sign is one thing. However, whatever signs we put on, they should be easily read and identified. So we must make sure that the safety signage are simple and easy to read. That's all. Thank you. My friends will explain the next topic.
My name is Umuatika Atia binti Anwar and my metric number is 261495. I will continue this presentation about safety committees. Another way to promote safety through employees' involvement is the safety committee. Safety committee provide a formal structure through which employees and management can funnel concern and suggestion about the safety and health issue. The composition of the safety committee can be a major factor in the committee's success or failure. The most effective committees should be broad-banded, representative from all areas of the facility. This offers two advantages, which is the first one, it gives each member of the committee a constituent group which he or she is responsible. And the second one is it gives all employees a representative voice on the committee. Next, in the safety committee, which is top management personnel may be excluded due to employee sensitivities. This is because due to the issue that an executive level participant can give the committee credibility, visibility, and access. On the other hand, the presence of an executive manager can inhibit the free flow of ideas and concerns. Then, in safety committee, the chairperson should be selected from the body of committee membership, and it should be provided with various training, including cause and effect, problem-solving technique, and others. The safety and health professional should be a member of the committee, serving as an advisor, facilitator, catalyst, and secretary. Safety committee work if members are truly empowered to identify the hazard and take the step to eliminate them. Next, I will explain the personal commitment to workplace safety. If every employee is committed to working safely every day, workplace safety will take care of itself. But how does a company gain this type of personal commitment from its employees? One way is to have employees commit themselves to safety by signing on the bottom line. Companies gain the following three advantages from making signing on the dotted line a part of their program to promote safety. The first one is by their signature, employees make a personal commitment. Second, by their signature, employees promise to interact positively with fellow workers when they see them ignoring safety precautions. Third, by their signature, employees give fellow workers permission to correct them when they ignore safety precautions. The last one, I will explain the union or management participation. An excellent way to promote safety is to secure the cooperation of management and labor. For a company's safety program to succeed, union or management participation and support is critical. Fortunately, union or management agreement on workplace safety is commonplace. Typically, good agreement exists for safety issues between unions and management. Then, when disagreement over a safety procedure does surface, the issue at the heart is usually money. Unions are likely to favor procedures that enhance workplace safety regardless of cost. On the other hand, management is likely want to weigh the cost versus the benefit of safety improvement strategies. However, sometimes employees rather than managers question safety strategies.
Next part about the safety incentive. OSHA is concerned that if not handled appropriately, safety incentive could lead to risky behavior and failure to report accident. Organizations should consider potential unintended outcome and be ready to demonstrate to OSHA that the incentive enhance safety rather than encourage employee to hide safety issue. Incentive when implemented correctly can aid the promotion of safety. Another issue that is being addressed with incentive is safety. In order to effectively promote safety, incentive must be correctly organized. The 30 lists below are cycles for increasing the effectiveness of incentive program. Okay, first and foremost, define objective. What is the objective? Before decide what the incentive program is designed to achieve. Okay, the secondly, develop specific criteria will be used to give the incentive. For example, establish the type of behavior and level of performance that will be rewarded. Thirdly, make reward meaningful, giving a gift to an employee. Employee must be involved in determining what type of reward will be relevant. Next, employees should be involved in the planning, implementation, and evaluation of the incentive program. This means that employees should be able to decide what kind of the rewards there is. Besides that, maintain clear communication. Employee must have a true understand of the incentive program and all of its components. Then use non-monetary incentive. And non-monetary incentives are frequently more successful than monetary incentive in promotion desired outcome. Lastly, teams should be rewarded. Rewarding group rather than individual can be more effective because work in the current industry setting is more likely to be completed by a group rather than an individual. This is the case. Okay, the competition is another strategy that can be used to promote safety. But competition on the job should be carefully organized, closely monitored, and strictly controlled. Here are some tips that will help safety and help professionals use competition in a positive way while ensuring that it does not get out of hand. Competition can induce team to cover up or fight to report accident just to win. Employees should be reminded that improved safety is the first priority and winning is second. Failing to report an accident should be grounds for eliminating a team from competition. First, involve employee from planning stage, encourage competition among groups rather than individuals, and promote individual initiative within group. And lastly, fairness by distribution equal resources. Okay, then wellness program. Any program designed to help and encourage employees to adopt a healthier lifestyle for promotes worker health, like potentially reduce workers' compensation costs, and then help and encourage workers to adopt a healthier lifestyle. Typically, provide diet and exercise under supervision, like stress management, employee assistance program, for example, weight, drug, alcohol, counseling, and others. Okay, that's all.
Okay, next is teamwork approach to promoting safety. Effective teams share several common characteristics such as supportive environment, team player skill, role, clarity, clear direction, team-oriented rewards, and accountability. For supportive environment, the characteristic is empower with open communication, operate constructively in a non-hostile fashion, mutually supportive of each other, and operate in a positive and respectful climate. Okay, next is team player. Team player skill are personal characteristics of individuals that make them good team players. Okay, for example, the characteristic they must have is honesty, selflessness, resourceful, tolerance, initiative, patience, punctuality, and perseverance. Okay, next characteristic for effective team is role clarity. It meaning all members
understand their respective role on the team and play those roles. Each of these roles is different but important to the team. When each of these players execute his role effectively, the team perform well. For clear direction, meaning what the team purpose, what is the team supposed to do, what are the team responsibility. These are the type of questions that people ask when they are assigned to the team. The team charters should answer such questions. The various components of a team charters are as follows: mission, objective, and accountability measure. Next is team-oriented reward, meaning reward system directed at teams versus individual. One of the most commonly made mistake in organization is attempting to establish a teamwork culture while maintaining an individual-based reward system. If the team are to function fully, the organization must adopt the team-oriented reward, incentive, and recognition strategies. Okay, last characteristic for effective team is team accountability, which means responsible to perform specific objectives or tasks. Okay, next is potential benefits of teams. Teamwork can have both direct and indirect benefit for the organization. Okay, for example, uh, they have better understanding of safety rule, higher safety visibility, greater employee awareness. They have positive productive competitions. They also will have continual improvement. And lastly, it will broaden employee input and acceptance. Okay, next is potential problem with teams. Okay, teamwork can yield an important benefit, but as with any concept, there are also potential problems. For example, time involved to develop a good attitude. Next, the impact of personal change, the participative in decision making, and also the impact of poorly motivated and lazy employees. Okay, lastly is the responsibility of team members. Okay, the team members must have an active participation in team project and meeting. There also have to be punctuality in attendance. There also have to be honesty and openness. Next, team member also have to make a concerted effort to work well with team members, and they also have to be a good listener for other team members, and lastly they have to be open to the ideas of others. Okay, that's all from our group presentation. Thank you for watching.